Now we're going to talk about event types booked in 2022, and it may come of no surprise that one of the most popular types of event that's being booked at the moment is meetings, which according to Peter's earlier analysis said that there are 26 per venue already booked for 2022. And if you have a look at figure 6 on your screen at the moment, you'll see the spider graph. Meetings are clearly the most popular. Peter, what's your analysis of event types booked as we head into 2022?
Well, I think this is getting back to some semblance of normality, because we expect meetings always to be the biggest type of in terms of number of events. So meetings will always be the busiest. Conferences is encouraging to see those coming back strong as well. So that's incredibly good. And then it'll be interesting to keep an eye on things like parties, how far in advance parties are booked. Receptions and banqueting, I think, will trail and will just come back gradually. But really the money shot is conferencing. So that's where everybody wants to see the bread and butter coming back. And the signs are strong. Yeah, the signs are pretty positive. So we're encouraged by that.
Now, I want to just quickly talk about price per head and how that has increased over the course of the last while. I don't really know what time frame to put on that, and time and space no longer seems to exist. But you've done some interesting price comparisons on day delegate rates, price per heads. Do you want to take us through how some of those prices have changed? I see some have gone up and some have gone down, like for like.
Yeah, forgive me for looking sideways at my data. I think what happened with the pandemic was that you had fewer people in a room, but the room still needed to be booked. So one would naturally think that the price would come down, but actually venues have still got to turn the lights on and pay security staff and water bills and what have you. So actually, if you wanted a meeting, and if it was that important, you had to hire a building because it's socially distanced. So therefore, the price per head actually was still quite high. For things like, for conferences, for example, the price per head is actually higher in 2021 than 2022 for that very reason of the dynamic of needing bigger spaces. But I think that will probably shift. I don't think pricing has been much of an issue, to be honest with you. When I've spoken to clients and looked at the industry, it was just a money grab. People just took whatever money they could. They weren't that bothered about whether the yield was right. I think yield will become more of an issue going into 2022 and beyond. So the fluctuations are interesting as an observation, but they don't really tell us a huge amount, I don't think.